Good afternoon. Welcome to today's trade breakdown. This week is non-farm payroll week, so going into Thursday and Friday can be very, very selective. Might not even take any trades. So let's go ahead and get into today's trade breakdown. So going into the market this morning, I was feeling a lot of conviction to the bear side of the market, and here's why. So when we go out to the daily time frame here, this black line's been on my chart for a while. You guys have been seeing that. So where am I getting that? When we take this run from the high to the low that took out all this liquidity here, and we grade it, one standard deviation from there is exactly where that line was. So I'm anticipating a bit of a reversal here, maybe a bit of a retracement. Price is still looking very, very bullish though on the daily time frame. So I don't know. I would like to see us close below here, which is a daily suspension block, which I utilized today, and I'll get into that in a minute. So I sent my high time frame charts. Still have this daily wick on here from a couple days ago. Had this daily suspension block outlined as well. So when we look at ES on the high time frame charts, yesterday we didn't take out this high, and today we didn't as well. So that's an SMT on the daily, and price is looking very heavy this morning on ES. There's no doubt that price was going lower on ES at some point today, and we ended up taking out all of the sell side liquidity, but not on NQ. So that kind of gives me the impression that price is not done going higher since we created the SMT on all this liquidity. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the trades that I took and why. So I was very bearish this morning. We came up right at open, took out these highs on NQ, and we didn't on ES. We had London and Asia session liquidity still intact on ES. And at the market open, we left them there, and we took out all the buy side on NQ. So right away, I'm looking to get in short. I would have loved for an entry out of this first presented fair value gap here, and I probably would have entered at I would have entered in the 9:30 macro as soon as market's open. I was wanting to get short. Didn't end up getting an entry, so what I should have done is waited until 10:30 to see what price is doing. But I got hasty. I got impatient. I was very convicted to the bear side of the market, like I said. So I wanted to get in short. This trade should not have happened. It's not inside of the macro, and I put my stop here at this high, which obviously got taken out, just poked out before we ended up rolling over for the day. So how do we avoid this trade? Obviously, wait until the macro. None of this imbalanced price had been touched yet, and we hadn't taken out any sort of high for a move to run lower. And yeah, I mean it happens. We're working on patience every day. So we get out. I said in the Discord, all right, I'm wanting to look. I got stopped literally at the high. So yeah, I said in the Discord, all right, I'm gonna wait till 11 o'clock macro, and I'm probably gonna re-enter, which is exactly what I did. 11:50 hits. I enter on this SIBI. Why was I using this SIBI? Why was I focused on this SIBI? One, it's inside of this order block here. 2, it overlaps. Hold on. Let me get down to the 1 minute here for you guys. It overlaps the top of this wick here. So what I do when I see those, I extend them forward through the day. We also had the midnight open right at the high of that SIBI there. So if price is going to turn around, it's going to do it in this area, and I knew that, and I should have waited for the proper macro. After a big run like this, oftentimes they're going to collect orders. They're going to try to take out the stops of anybody that is going to be profitable going short from here. So that's exactly what happened. Should have been a little more patient, but we ended up getting in the proper trade, the trade I was looking for, right here in the 11 o'clock macro. We did suffer a little bit of heat here. All we were doing is coming back up into here, touching this midnight one more time, and then we immediately start respecting the consequent encroachment of this. Start respecting the bottom. Moved my stop right here, the top of this wick right here. Came back up, touched it one more time. One tick away from stopping me out, and ran down and took profits. Where did I take profits? And why did I take them right here? Like I said, I was very convicted for bearishness. I would love to see us work into this INWOG, work down into this 0.5 standard deviations of the opening range, and maybe even eventually take out all this liquidity. But the reason I got out of the trade here was because of ES. So let's take a look. Let's take a little closer look at that. So as we're coming down into this, working towards this low here, we are also inside this blue shaded area, which was the daily suspension block, and which is obviously a bullish PD array on the daily time frame. So we're working here. As we're working in here, we're taking out these lows on ES, and we're taking out all of this sell side liquidity as we're working down into this suspension block on the daily. So that's telling me we're at least due for a retracement here, if not a reversal. So I'm getting out of the marketplace right there, which is just a couple handles short of the low of the day thus far. I would really like I said, I would really like to see some bearish price action. I would love for us to work through here, maybe work down into here, close inside of this today. Maybe we'll open in here tonight. So yeah, I am bearish because of, like I said, one standard deviation away from that range that took out that major liquidity on the daily. But these are very, very strong bull markets, and we obviously have a lot of liquidity built up here on ES on the buy side. So we'll see what the market brings the rest of the week. Like I said, it's non-farm payroll, so very, very wary, very selective on my positions. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the week, looking forward to next week, seeing what price wants to do. Yeah, I'm calling all this out live as price is printing in my Discord. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.